All right. Well, thanks. I'm so happy to be here. I've been looking forward to this call for 5 years. So I'm really excited. So I'm here to talk to you about communitydays.org and how we have over 700 events for Microsoft technologies built on Microsoft technologies. All right, so let's go to the next slide. All right, great. A little bit about me. Yes, I've been around for a while, community leader in New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, community contributor. I'm a new PMP team member. I'm on the Microsoft Global Community Initiative board. I'm 9-time MVP. I'm the creator for communitydays.org. I also have a full-time job. I'm a work-at-home dad, 2 little girls, and I have tons of free time on my hands. So let's talk about community days. So if you heard about it, if you haven't heard about it, if you heard about it, if you've been to a community days type of event, show me some love. Smash the little react button so I get an idea like how many people have heard of this before. All right, looks great. Oh wow, that's a lot. All right, cool. So Community Days is a global platform and it's focused on Microsoft tech events. It's created by the community. It's myself doing development and there's a lot of contributors and we're really shaping it for the needs of the community, right? So this again started back in October 2021 and so yeah, it started back in October 2021 after the closing of SharePoint Saturday events. If you've heard of that, that's where we all used to go to find events to go to speak at and really grow our networks and our careers. And so that was really upsetting for me. So that's why I decided alongside with a few others to go ahead and start to do this. So community days are just our local virtual. They could be paid events. They could, as long as they're community produced, meaning like there's an open call for content, and or delivered by the community. Like I'm an organizer and we have a team of volunteers. And these events are across all the countries. So we're going to get into this in a little more. So let's see. Why is this not working? Oops. All right. So what's our mission? Our mission is just to make it easy for anyone to find opportunities to learn, teach, speak, support, and engage while strengthening the Microsoft technologies everywhere, Microsoft technology communities across the world, essentially. So what types of events? I talked about this a little bit, but just to give you an idea, what types of events are in community days? It could be, we're really looking for like formal, structured events. So a half day or greater has to be 50% Microsoft technology. We're looking for really for an open call for content, like for community speakers. That's really what we like to see. Doesn't have to be open. It could be curated, which is fine as well. But and we like to see it organized by volunteers. Like we don't want to see paid organizers that they have to do it for their job. That's not the kind of events that are in there. So we don't accept user groups right now because they're just too ad hoc. They show up, they cancel last minute. We just don't have the capacity to sort of do that. You can do user groups on the Microsoft technology site, Microsoft Tech Community, sorry. They have a user group function there now. We don't do like vendor produced that are more of just like my company's a training company and we do webinars once a week. It's not for tech sales, it's not for demos. So the good examples on the right-hand side are AI community events, M365 Fridays, Saturdays, collab days, SQL Saturdays, agent cons, experts live, AMP events, code camps, hackathons, boot camps, workshops, watch parties, community summits, pre-conferences, regional user groups. Those are all the ones that we want. And again, we accept any technology. It's not just like one. It's not just SharePoint Saturday anymore type of thing or SharePoint. We go across all of them, and we have a lot of cool features to support that. So that's why I'm here today. So what it does again. How the time, so I want to make sure I get it. I have a lot to go through, so I'm going to just cover a couple things here and we're going to go into it in a lot more detail. Homepage, typical standard. We showcase the 5 upcoming events or the ones running right now, and it tells you a little bit about when those are going to start, how to get access to those, everything. If you are this is what we are, events directory. So it shows you all the upcoming past and present events, gives you all the details. Once you click into the cards, you can set alerts. That's a brand new feature that we just created. So the event listing page. So if you're an event, you get your own page, which has your home page information. your call for content buttons, all the activity buttons. You can integrate with Sessionize and run events. You get an individual contact form, so anybody that comes there can actually reach out to you directly where your email's not exposed to them. So it submits it behind the scenes. We have a speaker board, which we'll go through at the end, which everybody loves. It really showcases the top community speakers, the ones that are out there doing like the free, free work to spread the technology, and then general basic stuff. So if you're interested in connecting with me, you can go on the contact form. I'm on there. All right, so under the hood, this is one of my favorite things. I want to go through, and no one's seen this yet. I've never presented this before. How is it like built? Like, what is it on? This was always like my dream, was to build this thing and then go out and present on how it was built, which is kind of cool. So we have Azure Web App. It's Next.js and React. We're using Azure API Manager to kind of control or route all of our APIs are going through that. We have Azure Functions and Durable Functions to handle the backend jobs for indexing, speaker board, things long running stuff like that. We have a Cosmos DB. We just moved over from table storage to Cosmos DB because table storage was just to get up and running very quickly, and then we outgrew that. We are using blob storage for the files, the images, everything that all the images associated with the site. 100% Entra ID. We do have Next Auth, but we are just exclusively using Entra ID as our auth provider right now. Azure Maps, we have Azure Maps, and we have another mapping thing, but Azure Maps is our driver for our event organizers. We're using GitHub repos and GitHub Actions to deploy the code, and then Logic Apps are basically our outgoing email. Just to give you a visual representation of this is what it looks like. It's all here, and we are now using a lot of AI stuff. So we have Claude Code and we have OpenAI to kind of monitor the repo and check the PRs and all that stuff. So we are kind of getting fancy with all that. All right, cool. Let's jump into a demo. This is one of my favorite parts of the show here. Okay, so if you've seen it before, then this is nothing new, but I'm going to show things that maybe you haven't seen. So we have a couple things. Boston Code Camp that's happening this weekend, and I know our friends out in Monterey are running right now. They're running live. I can see there's people on right now in Mexico. So we have the upcoming events, and what I want to show you is, if your event is upcoming, you get a little countdown when it's coming up. We have upcoming events here on the homepage, like cards you can scroll through, previous events that you can see, events that were here. Let's jump over. I have them all preloaded, so there's no no delays, right? So on the events page, this is our events listing. We have background images that change all the time, different parts of the world. You want to find an event. I know DC is coming up. You can just type it in. You can also build filters, like I want to just see all the Canada events, right? You can do all these types of things. I just want speaking opportunities. Sometimes I want to come here. I just want to know where I can speak at. These are all the opportunities across the world. Maybe I'm a vendor. I want to know where I can sponsor. I can search for opportunities. I can search for events looking for sponsorships. And we're going to be talking about sponsorships in a future session on the MGCI. So check that out, because if your event needs sponsorships, whichever your event does, we have a way to show them that you need the sponsorship, and then also help you collect sponsorship information. So you can hide paid events. You can do all this fun stuff. Registration open, because again, events will be listed. So you create these filters, you just go through. Oh, I love looking through and seeing the cards and just watching it load. It's like one of my favorite things to do. You can go back in time and you can see all the previous events. So I think Belgium was one of I shouldn't have done that, because there's probably there's probably a lot of people on there. So you can do this. You can click previous events and go back in time and see all the events, or search for events. And the thing is with this, we index everything. So it's all on the internet, like we're indexing things properly. So your site lives out there, and if you're searching for it, you're actually going to probably find it, because we're a collective. It's not just trying to find your one internet site in all the internet. Cool new feature that we just added here is create an alert. So if you set up some filter that you like global, maybe you want to see everything. Maybe you just want call for speakers. You can go here, you can create alert, and I could say, pick a country, global. You could say US, you could say India, you could say wherever, all of Asia, all of Europe, however you want to break it down. You can do that. You could say near me. I want to type in my address, and of course it's not going to work, but it was, yeah, the live demo is not gonna, it's probably just not gonna work. I have to check this. Things break, and this is why I have community volunteers to basically tell me things break. All right, so we'll check that. I will check that after this call. But anyway, you can set your home address, you can set your miles and how far you're willing to travel, and the frequency on when you want to do it, and then notify me this. And this is brand new, just launched like last month. So we have that feature available. Next thing I want to cover, we do have a community calls calendar. So like just like the M365 PNP website, we have the community calls calendar. You can go on there and see. It's basically the same thing. We have the same information that's available there. Yeah, so there's a lot going on where the server's probably bogging down. Last month, we also just increased our server capacity so that this wouldn't happen, but it's not scaling. So I'll have to check into that a little bit more. So what I want to show you now is that if you go into an event, what an event listing looks like. So if you're creating an event like Monterey 2025 here, you have your homepage information, tells everybody about your event. We have some share buttons. You have all the information about your event, your socials, your maps. And then if you run an event, you probably heard of Sessionize or Run Events. We integrate directly with them. So if you're an organizer, you put in your key, and then that's it. All of your content is going to be shown on your site. So people can come here, and I can look for a speaker that's in here. I can search on AI and find events this way. I can go to the speaker tab and I can see the speakers that are there. I can click on them and get their speaker profile. I can go to the schedule. I can see a schedule. I can look at it as like what's happening right now. If you're outside the time zone, you can you can say, hey, I want to look at it locally. Like how, I want to jump, we're on the same time zones, or we're 1 hour difference, but so it's not that big of a deal here. But if you're like traveling from Europe and you're coming to the US and you want to see what the time of the event, maybe you're on a virtual event. We just added this feature a couple months ago as well. So a lot of things. The other thing is the organizer tab. It will show the organizers. There we go. It's just slow. So we have right now just one organizer. Oh, there's a bunch of them coming up. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of people on the site right now, so that's why it's really going slow. Yes. So yeah, this will showcase the organizers. And let me get this thing out of the way. Let's go to the next. So as we've been building all of the events and all the things, we crawl the events at the end of the event, and then we sort of put together the speaker board. So this is indexing all the events that are run events and Sessionize enabled. You can click here to find out more about the speaker board, and you'll see like the top speakers. We have filters here for 2025, 2023 of all time, right? So we've seen people climb the speaker board. We've seen people, I've been given lots of feedback like, thank you for building this because it's helped me build my career. I've found opportunities that I might not have normally found. And those are like, that's sort of the driving factor behind this. It like creates opportunities for people to find events and go out there and network and grow their careers. So this really shows like what is it? This guy's a little bit of a little aggressive here with all the events that he's done in the past 365 days. And if you know Jamel, you know his story. He travels around the world, does all of these events, and he's also an event organizer as well. So we try to showcase that on here. And for example, I'll just pull up. So Mike Matarani helps me with the approvals for events. So he's on the team. He's on my team. Does he reviews every single event, says yes or no, works with the organizers to get it up there. But now if I click on your profile in here, it shows me all of your sessions that you've ever delivered that we have. So it's not like everything in the world. It's just everything that is indexed through community days. So it's your community days kind of profile. and it also shows me what you've organized. So we're just building these little profiles. So, and it's very helpful for MVPs that want to go back and want to look and say, oh yeah, okay, I did all this, this is the date. I use it all the time. And so that's really it. So the last thing I want to show is our mission page. You go read more about us on the About Us page. You can see we have over 700 events. We have 22 already queued up for next year. There's 362 people actually doing these things on the site. So this is live. So as the events continue to be added, we're going to be updating this as well. And got to thank all of my wonderful volunteers. That's actually in the slides. So let me jump back to the slides. I tried to cover a lot very quickly, so hopefully it all came out. All right. Again, community days, it didn't start like a it's a Microsoft. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but it didn't start as a product. It started out as a conversation at a community event. And one of them was the M365 Philly, which is the shirt that I have on today. So Jason and Manpreet, we organized M365 Philly. This was right after SPS events closed. We were just wrapping up, like we were doing a virtual event, and we were just like, this is, we got to do something. What are we going to do? And then that's where it was like, okay, we're going to build community days. Well, it wasn't called community days. That came later. So we built the site. We built the same thing that you're seeing today. And then we partnered with Microsoft at a later time. After a couple months, I built it. I had it running. It was sort of like a prototype. Went to MVP Summit, heard rumors that Microsoft wanted to build their own thing. And then I reached out to Caruana and Heather and said, hey, look, I have this thing. I demoed it. They loved it. And that's when we joined forces back in 2020. So we joined forces there. And now, so Community Days is backed by Microsoft. The vision, the architecture, the development's all me and community supporters. And Microsoft hosts it. Microsoft supports me with anything that I need done. It's part of the Microsoft Global Community Initiative. That's like it's part of it. It's like we work together. So it's a tool of the Microsoft Global Community Initiative. You can go join. Microsoft Global Community Initiative is a group of our event organizers that share resources, and we have calls just like this call. We have a monthly call for that. We have training calls for event organizers, and it's just a part of a different community. So I recommend going there if you haven't and sign up and be part of that as well. Again, thank you. Couldn't do it without the supporters. I think I'm good on time. Oh, I'm over. Sorry, David. I'm going to end right now. But thanks again, everybody. You can learn more at Connect with